Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. It has been a while since I've done a YouTube video. If you do follow me on Instagram, you'll know I've been away travelling in Italy for 3 weeks and then getting back into work. It has just been absolutely crazy, as you can imagine, taking 3 weeks off. So I actually haven't had time to film any sort of YouTube video. But I'm excited. I'm so excited to be doing it again, to be back on YouTube, and I'm going to try and get some more regular content out for you guys. So today, as you can tell by the title, I want to talk about how the menstrual cycle can affect you with your exercise and weight training. This is a topic that obviously is close to my heart as a woman, but also as a PT. I always try and keep track of my clients' menstrual cycles just so I know where they're at, why they might not be lifting as much that certain day, or if they're feeling really tired. But then also in the opposite, if we do want to work on getting a 5 rep max, 1 rep max, or lifting really heavy, I know, okay, is this the day to do it, or is this not the day to do it? So I try and keep track as much as possible, and as a woman who weight trains, I really recommend that you do that. I personally use the app Flow. I'll put some more around the screen here. But yeah, I think Flow's really good. I've been using it for quite a few years. It does take a few months to get used to your cycle, but it is really good because it actually gives you when you're ovulating, and it is fairly accurate as well. So today I'm going to be talking about the different phases of the menstrual cycle, how you might be feeling, and how to be training on your period as well. We're going to be looking at a 28-day menstrual cycle. Obviously everyone's different, but that is about average, and also it is a 4-week, which is around a month, so it's just easier to break it down for you guys. So the first phase of the menstrual cycle is the follicular phase. Now this is day 1 to day 14. So in the follicular phase, obviously you do have your period in your first 5 days, and then after that it goes all the way up to day 14, which is when you usually ovulate. During this phase you have a higher amount of estrogen. Now I used to think that estrogen was the hormone that you got in your second phase. However, I was getting confused with progesterone, so we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But I do just want to clear that up very quickly. If you have seen me talk about menstrual cycles before, I was meaning progesterone, not estrogen. Estrogen has such a positive effect on your body. It affects your mood, how you're feeling, but it also means that you're able to lift heavier and your stamina is heavier, and it means that you can recover quicker from exercise. So I will put a little chart up just around here somewhere, but as you can see on that chart, you do have an increase, a steady increase of estrogen as you come up from day 1 to day 14. So when you are training, this is when you want to be lifting heavy. These 2 weeks are the time that you want to be working a little bit harder because your body can deal with it a lot better. Your body can recover a lot better. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty in tune with my body, and I can feel when I'm in this phase, and I actually do feel stronger. Now, during ovulation is the second phase of your menstrual cycle. So this normally happens around day 13 to 14, 15, roughly, depending on your cycle. But this is when you have a higher increase of testosterone than any other time in your cycle. This is when you want to be really looking at hitting those rep max. If you are that type of person that tracks everything and that you are focused about rep max and lifting really heavy, this is when you want to be doing it. Obviously, we already know that testosterone is a really good boost for your muscles and just helps you be stronger. The third phase of the menstrual cycle is the luteal phase. Now this is from day 14 to day 28. This is when we're going to start to get PMS symptoms, especially from day 21 to day 28. This is when you're going to have those PMS symptoms of cramping and feeling fatigue. Like I said earlier, during the luteal phase, you do have an increase in the hormone progesterone. Your estrogen starts to drop quite rapidly and your progesterone starts to increase. Now, progesterone does affect how you're feeling. This is going to mean you might be experiencing some mood swings, feeling a little bit low, and generally just feeling very fatigued and tired. This is probably when your motivation is not going to be there, you're not going to have as much energy. This is when you want to be listening to your body on how you exercise. So sometimes when you're in the luteal phase, you feel fine and it doesn't really affect you. And if that happens, I personally think carry on as normal with your training. If you feel fine, if you're feeling strong, then carry on. Sometimes you might be feeling really weak, and this is probably why. This is when you need to be working on your discipline, making sure you're still going to the gym, but drop those weights, maybe increase the reps a little bit, maybe reduce the amount of intensity in your workout somehow, maybe cut a little bit of cardio out. So instead of going for sprints, look at a light walk, slight jog, that sort of thing. I personally, in the last week of my cycle, I dropped my weight and I increase my reps. If you're feeling strong, then carry on lifting those heavier weights. But if you are feeling really fatigued, if you're feeling like you can't lift heavy, you're feeling a little bit weaker, don't worry, this is normal in this phase. On your last week of your cycle, this is when pre-menstrual symptoms or PMS is going to be most common. So just before you start your period. Now this means you can experience mood swings, but also cramping of the abdominals, feeling bloated, cravings. I crave so much before my period instead of while I'm on. While I'm on, I don't normally crave anything, but the week before, 10 days before, I literally all I want to do is eat, and that is normal as well. You need to be careful with the amount of core exercises that you're doing. Your core will be working a little bit harder than normal, so you might find it harder to brace during your squat or deadlift. I'm not saying cut out squats or cut out anything, but just keep it in mind, maybe go for a little bit of a lighter squat because that core, it is working overtime. Actually training on your period is something that I don't think many people do talk about. While you're on your period, don't stop training though. The endorphins that are released during your exercise, during your workout, help reduce the feelings of cramp because it acts as a natural painkiller. It also helps to boost your mood up and just makes you feel a little bit better. So try not to use it as an excuse, but just be a little bit mindful. The first day or two, you are going to be in a little bit of pain, so just take it steady. Maybe go do a light one. I do what I call a maintenance workout. I personally don't enjoy leg days the first few days of my period. It's just not something I enjoy, so I do not do it. I'm already menstruating, I'm already feeling a little bit crap about myself, so why would I do something I don't enjoy? I enjoy lifting heavy with my legs, so having to drop my weights does not make me feel good about it. So I always try and train a little bit more upper body, and remember, it's just my first 2 days, so I don't really mind not training if I'm really not feeling well. I also find that exercising is the only thing that really helps with my cramps. Like I said, the endorphins act as a natural painkiller, so it is really good. But I hope this video really helped to give you a little bit of knowledge to make you understand why you might be feeling a certain way at certain times of the month, and maybe start to track it as well if you don't already. If you do have a personal trainer and they aren't tracking your cycle, it can be a little bit embarrassing to be like, hey, I've just started my period, or I'm just about to come on my period, I'm not feeling like doing this heavy weight. However, you know your body the best, and if you really feel like you're struggling and you can't do it, then a personal trainer needs to respect that. I don't know why a PT wouldn't track their cycle. I guess for men it might be a little bit more embarrassing to be like, hey, are you on your period, or whereabouts are you on your cycle? But if your PT hasn't asked, maybe just let them know, like, hey, by the way, I'm just about to start my period, so if I am feeling a little bit weak today, that is why, and hopefully they'll understand. I never learned about the menstrual cycle during my personal trainer course. Everything I've just talked about today has been off my own research, and like I said, I did get it wrong. I did think that estrogen was the hormone that you got at the end of your cycle and is what affected you, but actually it's progesterone, and that's okay to admit you're wrong as well. I'm constantly learning because I am still quite new to this topic. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and if you don't already, do follow me on Instagram. I'm not too sure what my next video is going to be, but if you have any suggestions, please pop it in the comments below, and I will see you next time.